Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I have some very sad and unfortunate news to share with you all, and many of you will know already, but there will be no Star Wars at this year's EA Play Live event that takes place next Thursday at 6 PM at BST. So in this video I'll be going over my thoughts and feelings about the whole situation, as well as talking about some of the comments I've seen by the community. It's obviously a huge shame to not get anything at all from EA this year, but on the bright side they have stated that next year they'll be showing us their vision for the galaxy far, far away, so I imagine they'll have a big panel at Star Wars Celebration in late May next year, with plenty more to come in either June or July at next year's EA Play Live event. In terms of my general feelings about the situation, I'm obviously disappointed, but at the same time I really wasn't expecting anything beyond a potential Jedi Fallen Order 2 title, but obviously it's always sad to not get anything at all, especially when we've had a very slow 5 months where we've basically had no good Star Wars gaming news. It has been a very difficult time to be a Star Wars gaming YouTuber, especially as one as small as myself, but I do have faith that next year will start to look up. Whilst I'm disappointed that we won't get anything at all from EA Play Live, it clearly means that they're just not ready to share anything with us yet, and if they're not ready to share certain details, then there's no point in sharing anything at all just for the sake of it, no matter how big or small it may be. My only wish is that it was communicated with us a little bit sooner at the start of the month, just like BioWare, and not 1 week left until the event. Since BioWare came out and said that they won't be at the event on July 1st, expectations for Star Wars has definitely seen an increase over the last few weeks, which is a bit of a shame, but it's better late than never at the end of the day. It was good that they communicated it with us instead of us finding out on the day, but I do just wish it was a little bit earlier. So that is pretty much how I feel about the whole thing. I'm going to do my best to keep my head up high and remain optimistic for next year and the rest of this year for things like Star Wars Hunters, but for the rest of this video I do want to go over some comments from the community that I've seen popping up following the news. The first of which is about EA doubling down on Star Wars games. You may remember hearing that after EA Play Live last year, Andrew Wilson, the EA CEO, said to investors that they want to double down on Star Wars games, so essentially to make more of them. With EA saying that they won't be sharing any details for Star Wars at this year's event, people are going on about how they promised to double down on Star Wars games, but yet we're here getting no news whatsoever, so people automatically just assume that they're just not working on anything at all, which is complete and utter rubbish. Video games take years to make. Squadrons, for example, was in development for around 3 years from start to finish, and that's not exactly a huge game, and to be fair we didn't even know about it until like 6 months before launch anyway, and that genuinely tends to be the case with EA Star Wars games. EA confirmed at the start of this year that they are indeed working on more Star Wars games, and Lucasfilm has said that EA will continue to play a big role in the future of them, so that we already know that they are working on more, we just don't know how many. We know that Respawn is making another Jedi game, so that's at least one game, and I would assume that there are probably an additional 2 or 3 other games in various stages of development, but that is just a wild guess. Another comment I wanted to talk about is people going on about how EA has a huge opportunity with the Star Wars license and they're not doing anything with it, and that they're glad EA lost the exclusive license. Now I totally understand people's frustration and disappointment with the lack of Star Wars games over the last 8 or so years, but just because they aren't talking about Star Wars games this year doesn't mean they're not working on them, and considering EA literally said that they are working on more games earlier this year, and the fact that Respawn is actively hiring for the Jedi team, I think that is evidence enough that they are indeed working on more. The games industry is incredibly secretive, and as fans that can obviously be a little frustrating, but that is just how it's always been, and no doubt will be for the foreseeable future. With regards to people saying that they're glad EA lost the exclusive license, the way they say it comes across sometimes as if they think that EA won't be making Star Wars games anymore, which is of course very far from the case as we've demonstrated already in this video. I too am very glad that the license is no longer exclusive, as it means that we get more of a chance to get more and more Star Wars games from different publishers and studios, but I think it's also worth adding that this means that no one is contractually obliged to be making Star Wars games, so there's no real guarantee of more games coming. There no doubt will be more at some point, but again there's no real guarantee. On that topic as well, I've seen a lot of comments going on about how by next year you won't have the license at all and all that stuff, but people clearly forget that Lucasfilm works very closely with EA on these games, and EA and Lucasfilm continue to have a very strong relationship as well, so literally if you just do 5 minutes of research on anything you're frustrated about, you'll probably know a lot more about it than you did 5 minutes ago. Anyway guys, that is all I have for you today on this subject. Of course, it's disappointing, but like I said earlier, I really wasn't expecting a whole lot anyway, so it's not really a huge loss. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below, and if you are frustrated about something or you feel the need to rage about certain things, then I do highly recommend you do 5 to 10 minutes of research on the subject, because I guarantee you will learn a lot more. And if you just try to have a civilized conversation about it as well, then perhaps that could help you out with your understanding as well. I know it is disappointing, but next year should be very big for us. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.